Hey everyone, it is that time for Daybreak in 10 here on Color 10.
We are on the air with you for the next 10 minutes without commercials beginning right now. And first, let's head on over to meteorologist TJ Springer for a check of our forecast. Good morning, TJ.
A little bit gloomy out there. Happy Tuesday, guys. Temperatures going to warm up today a little bit more than what they were yesterday. But look at this blanket of cloud cover. If you were with us yesterday morning and even just being out and about, we noticed that blanket of fog. Now we have our next system bringing us the clouds. Temperatures warming up into the middle 40s in Springfield, 51 in Joplin, also in the lower 50s in Clinton compared to the lower 40s throughout Branson, Harrison, Arkansas at the moment. There's that satellite and radar picture. Moisture to our north. The area of low pressure that's going to bring us our round of moisture, though, still sitting to our west. This system really has cruised on to the north of us, didn't bring us a lot aside from the clouds. We're kind of socked in with them, not going to have much sunshine today, but we may see some moisture. I think the morning commute should be A-OK. The evening is when we start to focus on some rain chances. Once we get past 5, 6, 7 o'clock, a much better chance. So be aware of that if you do have to travel later on tonight. If you are heading out and plans to do so in terms of walking our furry friends, our wagging and walking forecast, going to have some sunshine, possibly some peaks this morning, and then temperatures start to warm up with the cloud cover really increasing. Maybe some showers through 2 and 4. That's why we have that yellow pall there. We're showcasing Warrior today. He's out on a nice walk. If you do want to send us one of your photos, head on over to ozarksfirst.com, click on the Wagging and Walking tab, or you can send them to us on Facebook, Twitter. We'd love to see your puppies, your dogs. Well, more though, that final look at the 7-day, which does include our Thanksgiving forecast, coming up in just a little while. Joe?
All right, thank you very much, TJ. We are moving on now. People looking online for Black Friday bargains this week are encouraged to do some research beforehand. Nigel McDonald is here to tell us why and ways to prevent falling victim to online scams this holiday season.
Yeah, Joe, well, good morning. As online shopping skyrocketed this year, the Better Business Bureau says so has the number of complaints to the BBB about online retailers. And more than 53,000 complaints have been logged so far in 2020. Regional Director of the BBB of Springfield, Stephanie Garland, says if you're shopping online, make sure the website includes HTTPS. The S stands for secure. If the deal looks too good to be true, it probably is. You're also encouraged to pay with a credit card, as most of them have more federal protections than debit cards.
We're having a lot of people who are paying with gift cards, and they're paying scammers with gift cards, and then they can't get money back. You can never get any of that money back. It's practically untraceable. And so we just want people to realize that if somebody is asking for you to pay with a gift card in this area, we're having people fall for the scam, and it's very heartbreaking for us because we can't get your money back. We can't help people get your money back unless you're being careful.
Well, Garland says you can also look to see if a company is registered with the Better Business Bureau for free.
Thank you very much, Nigel. Taking a look around the region now. Jefferson County health officials met last night to discuss more about the coronavirus. The county has some of the highest rates of transmission in the state. It's actually in the extreme category, which is the worst of the 3 levels. The county's health director says that's because of the lack of mandates. Council passed the mask mandate in August, but reversed that decision the next day. No decision was made during last night's meeting on whether or not to issue a new one.
And while Jefferson County made no decision last night, a city in a county just next door did. Washington City Council approved a mask mandate last night. This comes just 3 months after officials voted against a mandate. Mayor Sandy Lucy says she has good reason from going anti-mask mandate to in favor of it.
Continue to see our numbers climbing, our numbers exploding, our numbers, just getting higher and higher.
The ordinance passed says if 2 or 3 metrics are met, people will no longer have to wear masks. Those metrics are the 14-day running average of new daily cases in Franklin County has to be less than 25. The 14-day average hospital admissions has to be flat or declining compared to the previous 2 weeks. And the number of deaths for 14 days also has to be flat or decreasing compared to previous 2 weeks as well.
As cases increase in the Midwest, the Kansas State High School Activities Association will meet today to look at a range of options for the winter sports season. The choices go from creating a temporary ban on all practices and games for varying amounts of time to limiting or banning spectators. or also limiting the number of games and tournaments that students can take part in. A group of parents have come together to fight for letting kids play, pointing to the fact that fall sports were successful the last few months.
Say that COVID isn't serious. My mother was in the hospital with it, and we were very concerned about her, right? I fully acknowledge COVID is a real threat, but there should be a way to figure that out, right? And having kids miss out on what is their last hurrah.
In just a few days, the parent group had 3,500 people across Kansas join its Facebook page and another 10,000 signing a petition for a full sports and activities season.
Looking at news from around America, a former San Francisco police officer is now facing charges after shooting and killing a man while on duty. In December of 2017, Officer Chris Samayoa was in the front passenger seat of a patrol car when body cam video shows him firing through the window, shattering the glass and fatally wounding an unarmed person. The officer was immediately fired. Now, 3 years later, he's being charged with several crimes, including voluntary manslaughter, involuntary manslaughter, assault by an executive officer, and negligent discharge of a firearm. The DA says Samayoa is expected to surrender to authorities sometime this week.
And going to some more local news, one person is in the hospital after being shot in Pulaski County. Sheriffs on scene there were in the 27,000 block of Highway 133 for a report of someone being shot. They found a male victim and took him to the hospital. Turns out the incident actually happened on Spring Road in Lakeway. The public is not believed to be in danger as police continue this investigation.
Now, we know this year has been tough for us all, but those on the front lines of the COVID-19 pandemic, the healthcare workers, are exhausted and could use some encouragement this holiday season. Caller 10 wants to show some appreciation to our local healthcare workers, and you can help cheer them on. It's really easy. All you have to do is grab a holiday card next time you're at the store, write an encouraging message, a thank you note, and then mail it to us here at Caller 10. And that address is 2650 East Division Street in Springfield, 65803, and we will deliver the cards to local hospital workers. You can get your card in the mail to us by December 11th, and we hope you will join us.
All right, let's take a look now what's coming up on CBS this morning.
Coming up, after a 3-week delay, the Trump administration is finally recognizing Joe Biden as president-elect. This is why we're looking at the importance of presidential transitions and why this one is like none we've ever seen. Coming up on CBS This Morning.
Talking about some trends happening right now. Ken Jennings in the news, guys. Remember him? Greatest all-time Jeopardy player.
Oh, that's right. Oh, my gosh. That is true. And I heard rumors about this a few weeks ago that he was being considered as the next host.
He will be the interim host.
Interim.
There you go.
Oh,
so
really?
here's the deal.
So it's not
starting Monday, he's going to be an interim host, and they're going to record episodes. Those won't air until January. Alex Trebek still has new episodes airing.
Right.
His last one's on Christmas Day. So note
Right.
that one. All right. This will be an interim host. So Jennings will be on air in January, but CBS, or the production company rather, Viacom, is going to name more interim hosts in the coming weeks.
Oh.
So there's no permanent host yet.
Okay, so I think they just want to get a feel for how people are going to feel about it
There you
and what
go.
the reaction will be, and also how they interact just on set and everything.
Very
Exciting.
much so.
I'm curious who it's going to be.
Oh, yeah, me too.
Very much so.
Very cool.
Thanksgiving. Good news. 61.
I love that. Thanks, TJ. Thanks for joining us here on Daybreak.